What's going on, all 15 of you? We're back.
Hi. 2017-18 season starting soon for the KHL and the NHL.
The KHL.
KHL. Now it's starting in 2 weeks, I think.
How about we talk about the Central Division in this video today? Because I feel like that is a division that's interesting. How about you? How about you?
Yeah, I think it's a little interesting. What do you want to do?
Oh,
Predictions?
here come the comments. You guys aren't prepared with video ideas? Fuck this channel. Yeah, go watch the hockey guy. I don't care.
I like the hockey guy.
I'm not making fun of him. I'm just saying go watch him. If you don't want prepared videos like this, we're just doing a video.
He's kind of the same too at times.
Shout out to the hockey guy, by the way.
Yes, great channel.
Great guy.
Not sarcastic. I actually like that channel. Anyway, the Central Division predictions. What do you want to go by Central?
Before we go right into the 3-6 bandwagon.
3-6 bandwagon. Chicago. I see them. I can't see them finishing below fifth, so I'm gonna say third because it's Chicago. But I know that logic is like, yeah, they're not the same team, so don't expect if they do a first place run, it's gonna be from three factors. Kane has the 100-point season again. Crawford shapes into an elite goalie. Or the defense, Duncan Keefe carries that defense. Those are the only factors.
Here come the comments.
I'm being honest. I think Crawford has to carry the defense. Whether you believe he's an elite or not, I think he can do that job. And Anton Forsberg, he's been listed on the top 5 future goalies list.
What list is that?
I don't. The NHL network of Kevin Weekes.
Kevin Weekes?
Yeah, Vasilevsky's first. Vasilevsky's
He's first on that list. Vasilevsky, really?
Vasilevsky.
So does Korpisalo on that list?
No, Korpisal's not on the list.
Kidding me?
I'm like, you pick Anton Forsberg, but not Korpisalo. I'm like, no, if Columbus, I don't understand that. Why would Columbus get rid of him? It doesn't make any sense.
That's the thing. A lot of people are talking about. The Hawks fans are like, oh,
they would get rid of Bobrovsky.
They're like, we won this trade. Panarin can't do shit. Panarin had a 70-point season. And also, when you look at terms of like what Columbus has in their goaltending system now, especially their goaltending depth, a lot. Anton Forsberg was just nothing to them anymore. At least they did win a cup with them in the AHL 2 years ago. Calder, excuse me. But it doesn't really matter. They're like, hey, we have Korpisalo, and I'm pretty sure they're going to trade Bobrovsky in 2 free years anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if they were going to want Anton Forsberg, they would have kept him in the minors for a few years and then trade Bobrovsky.
Also, I think to talk about with the Blackhawks is they got Berube. Is he an AHL starter? I'm guessing, or they're doing a free goaltender rotation.
Don't the Islanders learn from that mistake? Please don't. As a Hawks fan, don't anyway. Because then you're gonna be like, we got to put Halak down. We don't have Halak. Let's put down that big contract down, and then he's gonna come back again. And it's like, why?
Another thing, I think the Hawks are infamous for this season was making that trade to Arizona, which, in my opinion, is completely lopsided. But that's just me.
Which Arizona standards, or who won that trade?
Arizona, without a doubt.
But
the only problem, but in terms of like how people are going to look at it, because Johnson has 2 years on his contract, he's older, he's beaten up. But in terms of you look at it short term, Chicago's a short term team. So why does that matter? You know what I'm saying? It's like Kane and Taves are going to be 29 pretty soon.
They're going to be really good. They're going to make that team a playoff team. It's more like how more in the middle bubble team now. The Chicago is a bubble team now, and
yeah, they are a bubble team.
They are a bubble team.
That's debatable.
They're still going to make a playoffs, but they're the bubble team of if they're going to be for second.
I think this is the year when you're going to start to see Duncan decline, not in terms of points.
Maybe next year.
Maybe not in terms of points.
Seabrook's already declining.
But I mean, in terms of his physicality, in terms of his skating, I feel like he was declining
He's
just a lot slower now.
I don't know.
Brent Seabrook was just never a good skater. And I mean, it's just declining. He's just declining at like 31.
That's a great sign.
And I mean, plus his contract.
I don't know why. I think I might be stupid, but I think even though if you have doubts of Connor Murphy, I think you make him play with Keefe to see how it goes and shelter Seabrook, because I don't think you should give him time.
Connor Murphy, anymore. That's my problem with Connor Murphy, is he's more of an offensive defenseman. And it's funny because people could say he's not.
I think if he is an offensive defenseman, I think Keefe would be a perfect pair for him, though.
I mean, he has 20 points, and that's pretty much an offensive defenseman. I mean,
that's a decent point total. I mean, for
Duncan Keefe still puts up good points. Don't get me wrong.
He does.
But they lost Nicholas Jarmerson. They lost.
That is a key fact. They also lost Hossa too.
Lost Hossa to a skin disorder. They got Sharp. I mean, that's why they got Saad. That's the main reason. Is because he can play the 200-foot game. The problem is a lot of people say that in Columbus, but they have a lot of guys that can play the 200-foot game in Columbus.
So yeah, it
didn't affect them. All Columbus needed was a goal scorer, and they got that in Panarin.
Yeah, but the problem is
for both sides.
Don't expect him to be like a 70-point or 80-point guy. Like this first year, he's going to decline a little bit because anyone you play with Kane is going to get that 50-point range. But I mean, if he gets on that right line with Atkinson or someone like that, he can pretty much go up there and be a really good player.
And a couple years ago, the Hawks signed Marcus Kruger to that obnoxious contract.
The $3 million?
No, it was like 4 years at like $3 million.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, this contract's stupid, and all the Hawks fans were like arguing with me. But look at it now; he's in Carolina. Yeah. I mean, they dumped him pretty much.
All right.
Well, no, it was Las Vegas actually. It was part of the thing, but I don't want to talk about Las Vegas. They're not looking good at all.
All right.
You could have at least made a signing to stay competitive, I guess, because you realize that the Raiders are coming to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna give a fuck about them in like 2 years.
Unless they win right away. But other than that, it's pretty much.
We spent a long time talking about the Hawks, man. Jesus.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna stop talking about the Hawks. Which team you want to move on to next?
Probably like Nashville.
All right, we'll talk about Nashville next. Smashville.
Dude, Smashville, the Nashville Predators, honestly still a contender.
Yeah, I still think they're a contender. I don't think they're gonna go to the final this year. I think they're gonna might have a little bounce back, but
decline? You mean a little decline?
No, I think they might have a little NHL hangover. I don't see them. They might go to the second round. They might just be typical Nashville. Or the second round.
The thing is, like,
but other than that, I think this team is a contender. You got PK Subban.
The only teams I see a contender in the West is probably like Edmonton. I know a lot of people are like, how the hell Edmonton? One guy carries their team, but the thing is, like,
and Draisaitl and Calvert. We'll have an argument that one.
I don't think Talbot's.
We'll have that argument when we talk about the Oilers and the different.
I don't.
Let's talk about Nashville. Their defense is fantastic.
Yeah. They just made it even better with Emelin.
Yeah.
And he's not a defenseman people like, but he's a physical guy, and I think Nashville
is the best defenseman in the league. They have Ryan Ellis.
Nashville's the best defenseman in the league.
Nashville has the best defenseman.
I didn't know Nashville was a player.
No, they are a player. Their fifth line is country singers. And
right.
Other than that, Nashville has the best defense in the league.
Other than
Ryan Ellis, Ryan Yoshi. I probably botched that name. Roman Yoshi. There you go.
PK Subban.
PK Subban.
Big
Montreal was like almost, oh shit, we're gonna basically lose a trade almost.
We'll talk about Montreal in another video.
Oh yeah, that's stupid. That's gonna be a great video. But yeah, Nashville Pack Arena I think can carry at least has 2 more good years left in him, and UC Saros is a pretty capable starter. You also got Ryan Johansson, Nick Bonino, who is a playoff warrior. So this team looks built for the playoffs. To be fair, do you think they're going to pull the same run again, or they're going to have a bounce back?
I feel like they'll kind of sit back a little bit this year. And the only reason is because they did lose Mike Fisher, they lose James Neal.
Yeah.
But James Neal isn't a guy that's going to strike me as a big loss. I feel like he's going to decline.
Yeah, so it was like a given.
So it's kind
Vegas got him because these two guys are in the Stanley Cup final. This is going to be big.
I mean, they still have a lot of that core intact, though. I mean, they're a young team. They have Forsberg, Everson.
Yeah, Arvidsson.
Sissons is somebody to watch.
It's a pretty decent team.
And then their defense.
If only Washington could have kept Arvidsson. Anyway.
Arvidsson, you mean Forsberg.
Forsberg. Oh, yeah, never mind.
Martin Everett back.
Yeah.
Yikes. Nashville.
Yeah.
That's Washington. What the hell are you doing? Anywho, I mean, Nashville is a team, again, that I think will be in the contender list.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to make the final.
I'd say they're going to finish top 3 this year. They're a guaranteed top 3. Chicago,
top 3 team.
Chicago is a 4 for third place team, but this team should at least finish 3rd or 2nd.
Yeah.
I mean, this team has shown, like, they should have done that last year. This team was supposed to be a finalist team, and they've shown it, but they were an AFC team. I don't think they're going to be an AFC team this year.
No, there's no way, because they've had that competence now to do something, you know.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah, let's talk about Dallas next.
Amazing.
And the winners of the 2017 offseason goes
Dallas.
To the Dallas Stars.
Let's go Dallas. The Dallas Stars, man.
I see this team as a wild card team. And here's why.
Wild card team.
Yeah. Everyone's like, you say first, here's the problem. Ben Bishop's injury prone, you have Kerry Lettinen as your backup. If Ben Bishop has like a 3-month injury, Lettinen's the starter. Oh no. So that is the issue why I see them as a wild card team. Obviously, they have probably one of the dangerous first lines on paper. We have to see how this plays out.
That's a good point.
Could have the decline. It's all about how Ben Bishop is going to play. He is usually injury prone. He has an injury every single year. He carried the Lightning to the finals. Oh, not final. He carried him to the finals and the conference finals. But both times when they made those deep playoff runs, he was either injured but played or injured and gone. So that is an issue. So even if they go on a playoff run, I would expect Ben Bishop will be injured midway.
I don't really think it's necessarily I think it's just bad luck that he's been injured a lot.
Yeah, but he's like 6'5"?
Yeah, he's one of the bigger.
He's one of the bigger goalies. Of course, he's going to get injured. So he's injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying him a lot of money.
Yeah.
You don't have a backup who's from that wonderful tandem from the last 2 years. So other than that, that's a problem. I think Lettinen. How many years does he have left in this country?
I don't know.
A few?
Who knows?
Maybe. Hopefully it's 1 year. I don't know.
Thank God they bought out Niami.
But they bought out Niami. Niami's now a backup for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, you better be scared if Matt Murray gets injured. But other than that, pretty much, that's pretty much Dallas. Radulov, they added Mark Mathot. Their defense is better.
It's not still like
it's not perfect, but there should be like a playoff defense.
They should be a team.
They should be a defense that could be better than last year, especially with Klingberg, who was pretty good. Goaltending they fixed.
Because Dallas just isn't a defensive team ever. You know,
they're running gun. So
they're running gun. I mean, especially with the addition of Alexander Radulov on that first line.
That's a running gun team.
On paper, that's ridiculous.
That's dangerous, but you never know. Radulov can completely decline.
Yeah, but that might be the best line in hockey.
That could be the best line for that season. That would probably be the best line. Don't be surprised if Jamie Benn or Tyler Seguin run out.
Again, they got more size on that team. They got Martin Hansel.
Yeah.
Minnesota, how'd that trade go? Not good.
To be fair, we'll talk about that when the Minnesota part comes. But
pretty soon in this video.
Pretty soon. Let's talk about them next because it's technically the same team in history. But other than that,
Dallas has had a lot of additions offensively.
Oh, yeah. They won the offseason. There's nothing much you could say. They could win first in their division. I project them wild card because of that injury proneness. It basically, if that happens, I do not trust Lettinen at all.
I mean, I have them first or second.
I don't know why.
I feel like Nashville can win the Central Division.
I have St. Louis or Minnesota for first for some reason.
St. Louis.
They're teams that aren't going to do well. But
Minnesota, I feel like that's a team that's just declining.
But they should have not made the playoffs last year, and look what they do. They're that team that should not be there but is there.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I don't see Dallas as the first place team. I don't see Chicago as the first place team. So it has to be one of those two teams.
Dallas for sure. I don't.
Dallas is to you top two. I say wild card because of the Bishop injury. If that injury happens, it's completely wild card. Maybe miss playoffs. But other than that, so far I think that's it. Let's go to Minnesota now. What do you do when your franchise has the best year ever? Simple. Jake Allen ruins it. That is the Minnesota Wild.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes. I think Minnesota is going to finish top two. It's insane.
What?
It is insane, but you would think that those teams are declining.
Are you serious? Top two.
Top two.
Really?
Yes. I am not stupid.
That is really
Here's why. Because someone has to be there. If you're going to think Chicago's going to be in the bubble, if you think Dallas is going to be a wild card team just because of those issues, someone has to take that spot. And I'm not saying they're going to go by a landslide. It's going to be really tight all the way. So honestly, I think Minnesota could finish second. They're that team that usually looks like they should not be in the playoffs. I think Devin Dubnyk, if he can carry the whole team, should be there. If he collapses, no way.
I mean, he collapsed
I know it's insane. I think St. Louis might have another good season because we'll get to that point later. But other than that, Minnesota. They lost Trent Enzel. Parise and
I don't want to talk about that trade. That trade was so funny. The moment it happened, I knew something bad was going to happen. I mean, it's just what it is.
I'm like, oh my gosh, your third line.
It's not a good thing.
Well, everyone's complaining like, why is he on the third line? Why is he not producing points? Because he's in a position that he's supposed to be. So other than that,
you can look at Dallas, especially where he's going to be playing now. Probably third line.
All right, I'm going to change my mind on the Dallas. If they stay fine, they're going to probably be a first or second place.
What the hell? You're changing your predictions. I played a video.
No. I actually realized that, but if Bishop's injured, it's a wild card.
We'll talk about the Minnesota Wild here, okay?
Okay, so if Devin Dubnyk falls off the face of his earth, this team should be 8th place. I mean, but other than that,
the Wild lost so much of their youth this offseason.
Yeah, they did.
They lost Tyler Broback. They lost Alex Tuck, which is a big one. Alex Tuck's a big one.
Yeah.
Eric Hawa, Marco Scandella. They did get Jason Pominville, God forbid, but he's not like...
No, Buffalo got him.
Oh, I'm confused. Who did they get back? Oh, yeah, it was Tyra Ennis, who isn't really anything special. He's kind of been a bust.
All right, when you have that... All right, why I said they're second place, they could fall if Devin Dubnyk falls, and if Dallas doesn't... And if Bishop stays healthy... Then
this is gonna piss off. This is gonna piss off some Wild fans.
The reason why I say they're probably a second place team is because this team proving every single year that they're gonna miss the playoff. They don't die.
Oh my God!
So they're probably gonna have a bounce back year where they're reverse bounce back. Instead of having the best year, they're probably going to be in the mix, but take second because everyone else is in the mix. So that's my feeling. Devin Dubnyk probably should contend for a Vezina this year, but other than that, that's really it. And St. Louis is next, and here's why I'm gonna see why they're gonna be first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is why I see St. Louis probably being first because
here's
why.
No.
Tarasenko is bound to win Maurice Richard this year.
What?
He's probably gonna be the one that's gonna get a 50 goals.
Are you smoking something?
Tarasenko. Yeah, I might be high, but
no.
Also they got who did they get from Philly again?
Brandon Shen.
Brandon Shen, who would probably be a perfect line mate. Jake Allen is the solid number one now. There isn't it's gonna be Elliott. No, it's Allen. No, he's getting 2 years as a starter for once.
No.
So I think if Allen had a good year like he did with Mike Yeo, then that team is first place. Also, we got Pietrangelo on there. It's not gonna be a walk in the park first place. They're gonna probably earn it like game 82 first place. That's pretty much what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be really tight for those 3 spots. Obviously, if my Dallas prediction, if
I think that is interesting about
Bishop
Blues,
stays healthy, they're gonna be first. But
is that their 31st overall pick for the first round, Kim Koskinen, is determined to play in the NHL this season, and he has similarities of what Panarin does, and if he plays pretty well with fucking Tarasenko, Jesus Christ,
this team's a first place team.
But again, I don't see that. I think he's gonna be in the AHL, which is good for Wolves fans. They get to.
Yeah, like us, we get to see another.
Yeah.
But the reason why I see them as a first place team is because Tarasenko is bound to have an Art Ross year.
I'm sorry.
Not Art Ross, Richard year.
I gotta disagree with you.
He's the next 50 goal scorer.
I do not agree with that.
He's the next 50 goal scorer. He deserves it. Yes, he deserves it.
Yeah, but there's nothing else on that team that.
But Ovechkin was on teams that were awful, but carried them in the first place divisions before.
What do you mean teams? He's been on one team.
Like 09, 010. He had 50 goal seasons before where the teams looked abysmal. And I mean,
yeah.
So that's why, and I think they're going to be first because of Dallas's iffy, and then Chicago's decline. I might be full on wrong with the Central. It's just a little weird by predictions, but I can see that happening.
Maybe we should ask Dan Rosen bad.
And if I am right, you give me $20. I mean,
Dan Rosen is quite a character.
So far, that's pretty much my predictions. What's next?
The good old Avalanche, man.
Should we just skip them?
We're
just combining it with St. Louis. They're missing the playoffs. There's no chance.
Okay. Exactly.
So let's go to Winnipeg now.
Winnipeg.
The Winnipeg Jets. I feel bad for them. I see them as the best 6th place team in the league.
Kevin Sheardorf, man, he knows what he's doing up there in Winnipeg.
No,
signing Steve Mason, not giving Connor Hellebuyck the time that he deserves. Pretty good.
Great idea.
Love the.
I can't wait to see Firefalls on steroids side the Central Division. Oh wait, that's Briscala.
Winnipeg though does strike me as a team that could be a wild card team.
I just don't see it because everyone else I think is better than them.
So the Avalanche are better than the Jets. That's what you're saying.
Oh no, the Avalanche are worse than the Jets, but everyone else is better than the Jets. You got Chicago. Chicago on paper is a better roster than Winnipeg.
Winnipeg's defense is better than the Hawks' defense.
Yes, but their offense.
And here come the angry Hawks fans, but that's just my opinion.
And their goaltending. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't
know. Wait, I didn't predict Nashville to go first. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to say Nashville's first place. Minnesota's second, and then St. Louis third. That's much better. I forgot Nashville.
This has been all over in this video.
There we go.
It's been all over in this video.
My predictions have been so accurate and consistent throughout this entire video. I don't know what you're talking about, Spencer. Bullshit. Anyway,
unbelievable.
So I just forgot Nashville's existence. So Nashville's first place, but Minnesota or St. Louis are going to be second, third. Anyway, back to Winnipeg. I feel bad for Winnipeg because everyone else is better than them except the Avalanche. So they're going to be the best 6th place team in the league. If they were in the Pacific, they would be a contender right off the bat. But it's just not how it is. And this is probably the shorter version. All of the teams, but now let's go to the Pacific.
We're not done yet in the Central, bud.
Oh, what are we talking about now?
There's other teams in the Central that we have to do.
We talked about like 5 of them. We talked about Nashville. We talked about Minnesota, St. Louis, Minnesota.
Okay.
We have to talk about the Avalanche. That's the last team in the Central.
I'm pretty sure there's one left.
No.
There
will be one more left. There's no one left.
All right, we covered them all. I thought we didn't cover them all.
No, wait.
I was confused.
We covered them all.
No, I have in my mind that Detroit's still in the Central. I never gotten over that.
Yeah, it's all right.
I always felt like they're in the Central. Same with the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, whatever.
It's always confusing. I hope you guys enjoyed the Central Division preview. It's been all over the place. This guy can't predict.
Don't worry, the Pacific, it's going to be really easy.
The Pacific, I think, should be pretty easy. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one if we ever make one.
See you in 6 months.
See you. Bye.
Bye.